Dear Ukrainians, today we began a substantial reset, internal changes so that Ukraine becomes more resilient. Last year, there were good results from state institutions and we need to build on them. There were also problems that should not be carried into the new year. Therefore, there is a wave of personnel changes and there will be more decisions within our institutions. First, Kirillo Budanov has been appointed head of the Office of the President. Kirillo has enough experience and strength to steer the office's work towards security issues and the negotiation process exactly as it needs to be. Second, the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense will be headed by Oleh Ivashenko. He served in the directorate himself and also led Ukraine's Foreign Intelligence Service. A true professional. A decision regarding the Foreign Intelligence Service will follow soon. Third, a new head of the State Border Guard Service of Ukraine, and I am expecting a nominee from the Minister of Internal Affairs for appointment. We discussed changes with both Serhiy Dianeko and Ihor Klemenko. There will be new approaches to managing the Border Guard Service. Fourth, I have instructed that a presidential draft law be prepared to renew the State Bureau of Investigations. There are things that need to be changed. I expect the draft law in January to be submitted to the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine. Government officials and the office together must prepare proposals regarding the SBI. Fifth, Deputy Head of the Office Pavlo Polisa, who himself commanded combat units, will in the coming days communicate with our fighting brigades to determine what decisions can strengthen Ukraine's positions. There will also be changes in the sphere of military education. Education must learn directly from the front what this war has taught, and everyone who trains Ukrainian warriors must personally learn what war is. I have also decided to change the format of work of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. I have proposed that Mikhailo Fedorov become the new Minister of Defense of Ukraine. Mikhailo is deeply engaged in issues related to the drone line and works very effectively on the digitalization of state services and processes. Together with all our military, with the military command, together with national weapons manufacturers and Ukraine's partners, we must implement changes in the defense sphere that will help. Everything rests on the resilience of Ukrainians. Our resilience must have the necessary weapons, the necessary energy, the necessary finances, the necessary policies, the necessary support for institutions. Denis Shmyhal remains on the team, on Ukraine's team. I am very grateful to him for his systematic work for the state last year. The Ministry of Defense of Ukraine delivered good results. In particular, by December, the task of producing interceptor drones was fulfilled, more than 1,000 per day in production. We are working to increase the number of trained crews, and there were many more such tasks. Mikhailo Fedorov will be able to implement all of this and add technological capability. I propose that Denis Shmyhal lead another area of state work, no less important for our resilience. Tomorrow we will continue the changes. There will be more decisions, and tomorrow there will be a meeting at the level of security advisors. Europe and the United States of America. Thank you to everyone who helps. Glory to Ukraine.